crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up because they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike. He can't
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Kill. Turn.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. The first down carry here for Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of the
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It's a sack from Mitch Unrein. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's going to go down again. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Julian Edelman. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Play action. Now Jackson out to his left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone...
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Edelman set to return. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
On second down, it's Lindsey. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philip Lindsey, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On second down, here's Murray. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Murray. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Jackson now. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the toss, here's Johnson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Josh Hill, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football. Full half to be played. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Safety's creeping. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm going.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And some space here. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down, Lions.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get set.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Dixon running from the shotgun. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. From the gun on third down. Murray. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Matt Patricia here on 4th down, sending out the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose it.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38. Yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first, or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try to keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, it's Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Off the draw. Here's Johnson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And his kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through. Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you? And he's into the clear. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He goes 105 yards on the kick return as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had the big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Able to avoid him at the 40. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Rex Burkhead, his first touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Rip left, rip left.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. Open man completes it to Butler. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. He may try. Oh, no, lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's got daylight. The 30, 20, 10, and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run it with Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Here we go with Johnson. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue.